Hello guys, hello YouTube fellas. I hope everything is okay. It's your boy Nash for another video. It's been a while, right? Um, been a while. It's been a long while. Today I want to talk about some things that I've been addressing throughout my streams, my live streams on Twitch, which is very deeply, how do I say that, deeply touching throughout all the comments that I've been reading, the Twitter as well, comments around the game, around Elden Ring, of its PvP. And my first video on this channel was like the state of meta duels that we've done like months ago. And now, I want to, make this video like the kind of the sequel of this, and try to, to share my thoughts about the game, and the game also of and the thoughts of like many players, and the state of the current of Elden Ring right now, which is not so much different, or rather even maybe worse than before. Well, as you can see, the title of this video can be like maybe kind of pessimistic or negative, but throughout the explanation of my thought and the analysis that I'm gonna provide to you today, well, there's always a door to be open and be positive, and there's gonna be as well a lot of positive in what I'm gonna say. Well, it's not a secret that the hype of Elden Ring is dying down, is slowly fading away. Maybe not dying down, but fading away, as you can expect, right? Because after a while, especially in the era we live in, it's very tough to maintain the hype, or to keep active players, or the attention around the game for too long. And it's really amazing because Elden Ring is still making like super high numbers right now, compared to other games, even like AAA games. The copies, as the sales numbers were off the roof, were an outstanding for FromSoftware, like 15 million or something right now, way above the expectations, way above our expectations even. So it's positive that they finally get the success they deserved after a decade of redefining the genre of the Japanese RPG and RPG in general. They succeed in that, and we're more than happy. And also, like, as for myself and many others content creators, it's been a blast to stream and to create, for myself at least, to create a channel, to create a space, an environment, a community that is thriving and growing, still as it is. And Elden Ring is like the success of Elden Ring is for a lot in this. But despite all of this, well, we can notice that the something is dying down. The passion, as my friend Castle would say, is like slipping through Elden Ring's hands, and I believe they're responsible for it. They're responsible for it because, like I said in my streams one day, they're not the small little company they were before. They're not this obscure, very mysterious, studio that makes non so inclusive games. Well, you can also argue that with all the talking and the difficulty settings that Elden Ring, some people will say Elden Ring is not inclusive, blah blah blah. But this obscure small studio that made Demon Souls back in 2009, and nobody really knew about, no, the everything has changed. Like we're more than 10 years later, success after success, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, Sekiro, everything. Now they're established. They're they with Elden Ring especially, they're now into another dimension. And so what comes with it? Comes pressure, comes, you know, high responsibilities, come, and so we are now the standards, our standards, even I believe it's my own opinion, but our standards, my standards for this game, and the following games and projects that's gonna follow. My standards, I'm an exigent person. Like I like hard stuff. I like refined stuff. I like precise stuff. And so my standards are a bit higher for this game, and the PvE was amazing. My experience was off the hook, even though I still believe Bloodborne is my favorite game of all time. But Elden Ring now is very close, neck to neck, to this Bloodborne feeling, passion that it's unmatched. But the standards, my standards are up, and after playing this game almost religiously for now, what, 3 months, and especially its PvP, as we know, we started as a PvP channel. Well, the state right now is still, as the first video we made on this channel, is still shaky and not really too much appealing. I enjoy playing the game. I have my frustrations. I have my moments where, I kind of don't want to play. I'm lucky because I have a community now that supports me, and I'm very grateful and thankful for that. And it's streaming it every day makes me want to play it, and I enjoy the interaction and everything that's going on in chat. But if I wasn't streaming and making content for it, like, I would probably not so much playing as it right now. After all the PvE I've done and the PvP too, right now it's hard to find good reasons to keep on going. A lot of players, Dark Souls 3 mainly, went back on PlayStation, at least, because on PC they cannot go back, because most of them, unless you are playing on private servers, the game is not, the online mode is still shut down, and they didn't put back the servers up, so they can't even go back to their favorite game. Well, on PlayStation, some people are already gone back. They're trying to play a little bit of Elden Ring still, but mostly they try to go back to Pontiff and etc. But I'm not ready to do that yet, and I'm not gonna go back to Dark Souls 3. But still, the main point is the passion, the will to play the game is very, very thin, and it should have been the case right now, because as we said many times, the potential of Elden Ring PvP as to be the best PvP in the series is there, but FromSoftware has yet to prove it. And when I say this, is like, they're not doing the effort, or they're still not listening to its community. The changes are taking way too long, and the patches that we received, like buffing, debuffing Radan or whatever, or like buffing every Ashes of War, or most of them, like, didn't really solve anything so far. So when I was saying, like, FromSoftware is not the little studio it was 10 years ago, well, maybe it's time to take those responsibilities you have right now, take this pressure, and try to act like the big studio, not at least the big studio, but the studio that, embrace those expectations, embrace its success, and do the right things to keep the game going on. And I probably know that there's gonna be a DLC. We've seen like leaked footage of the arena and stuff, but those things are not gonna come right now. We like 3 months or 4 months away to discover this and to discover a DLC, which probably gonna be like off the hook and very great, as you know, like when FromSoftware released a DLC, thinking about the Hold Hunters, you know, Dark Souls 2 as well, DLCs, the 3 ones. Like, it's like amazing work. But it's still like for PvE, you know, PvE stuff. But for the PvP side, you know, you have to recognize like that after more than 10 years, there's a community over here that it's begging and wants to thrive, not to be like competitive and, you know, have sponsors. Or it would be cool if, you know, Bandai Namco could, you know, at some events like, you know, to the Bandai Namco side, not even from software side, but Bandai Namco, you know, pushes the PvP and pushes some tournaments, participating to the prize pool, getting along with those organizers, and, you know, make something happen to this side. But it's maybe right now I'm asking too much. I'm just asking for the general online experience. And so far, nothing really has changed, and the high expectations that we have and the high positive notes about the mechanics, and, well, Elden Ring PvP could probably be the best PvP to date, are slowly and more than slowly fading down because there's no news, there's no nothing. And, you know, it's a trend for FromSoftware to not giving too much news, and that's okay. Keep them the mystery and, you know, listening to themselves. But, you know, it could be right now the good chance to, into this new dimension, thanks to Elden Ring, to maybe take a hand and listen more to your community and listen to what they need, because we are playing the game. Bottom line, we are playing the game. We are the ones that keeps the hype, whatever you want to call it, the passion. Like, I like this word. You know, I'm French, so passion is fitting. But to keep this alive, to keep the flame, as the you know, the metaphor Souls games is very present, to keep this flame alive, alongside with the, you know, the runners, the speed runners, the no-hit runners are doing on the PvE side, which is working. You know, they're carrying hard, you know, the game. And but there's also like the PvP side of the community can do it too. It just needs a little bit more attention. So I'm not here making this video whatever to beg for attention, but, you know, we need some loving too. Like invaders, a duelist, a survivalist, even though it's non-existent in this game, but you know what I'm saying, you know where I go with it. And the changes are not coming. We're waiting, we're desperately waiting, hoping for some stuff, and, you know, the patches that were released so far, well, are not showing anything. You know, and I see a lot of complaints all the time on my streams, like, yeah, the poise system, the damage, the scaling, the status, everything I think could be, if well designed and well addressed, can be very well put. But we're still waiting on stuff. We're still waiting on some answers, and the hand that we are giving to FromSoftware and Bandai, like, there's no handshakes, there's nothing, there's no call to our SOS, and people are leaving. You can see it. Even the people who playing the game, like as an invader side, it's like you want to invade, like there's not too many invasions right now, not too many hosts playing the game and going through the game. Like, we're 3 months in. You can probably find more activity on Dark Souls 3. Like in 2020, 2021, like you could find some people, and it was, you know, not too much, but even more than this game. And I think that's a huge problem. We shouldn't be at this state and talking about that right now, after 3 months of, you know, mixed feelings, because nothing has been perfect since those 3 months. Like, we've coming a long way, and it's we as a community, instead of like FromSoftware or Bandai, I know, giving us the tool to enjoy ourselves, we are desperately finding ways to enjoy ourselves. Like, for me, for instance, like, I'm in my fight club that I do regularly, like, I just changed the rules, and I don't think by changing the rules, like I think I ban more things to make the game more enjoyable, and people as well as, and it's fair, are not happy, or of course you cannot please everyone, but still they're not happy about, and we have to ban a lot of stuff to be able to play. Otherwise, we're not banning anything, and it's a completely mess. It's a huge mess. Like we've been there with like double naginata, cold, and double status, like BHS, and we've been there. Like at first step, like I don't want to go back to that. I want to move forward, and I move forward with the community, the invaders, the duelists, the content creators, the players, the host, like, and move together with the developers to make it the best as we foresee it, like the best experience possible. But it's not happening because there's a silence that is annoying and not pleasing noise that you can, despite the picture of all the stars that you're looking at, and me sitting down with my buddy who passed out and went hollow, we're not hearing anything. We're just looking at a vision of From Software of a game, or excellence that it's not reachable. Just like this picture right now that you're looking at it. And I think it was a cool symbol to show it because the beauty is there, but we cannot grasp it. And instead, we're desperately finding ways to enjoy ourselves for those who are still there, And it's tough. Like I remember, I woke up this morning to a Arceru tweet who was very kind and said like, yeah, it's tough to enjoy Elden Ring right now. The only things that are enjoyable for me, he quote was participating in tournaments and watching my fight clubs or my streams. And it should be the case. Like my boy Arceru, for instance, like he started streaming pretty much as I did. Little while after that, he was consistent with it, and now there's nothing. And a lot of content creators are not streaming the game, and it's a shame. It's a shame. We need diversity. We need like, different content, different type visions of opinions on players and good players who plays the game, and nothing is really happening right now. We're very few to keep on playing the game every day. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not forcing myself to play every day. I'm lucky again to say that I have a very thankful and very super nice community that I enjoy, and it's good to stream and to talk to them every day. I like playing the game, but like the passion that I have, for instance, for Dark Souls 3, like was fading away after like 2 years of like playing every day, like tryharding. Like in this game, I'm not even tryharding too much yet. I want to do it, but there's no reason to do it. Like for instance, as well, and now after 3 months, like this game on Elden Ring, like there's nothing much happening. I remember on Dark Souls 3, for instance, the game I come from, like the G9s, the B-dubs back then, the Gabri, we were constantly like looking for sweaty fights, for to look for improve with the with the tough setup, to find ways to counter stuff. Like in this game, like it's more casual. We still like trying to, the Elden Ring PvP server is trying to do that. It's trying to host like constantly weekly tournaments and trying to keep the flame alive, and it's really appreciated, but it's not there right now. It's not there. Like we're doing this because there's nothing much else for us to do, maybe, or is it? I don't know, but it's not the same, because the game is yet to be refined. Like there's so much things to address. Like there's this very good like analysis of G9 who took the time to write a script and to address like a lot of changes that could be addressed, even though I think the tone is not really properly acceptable, maybe from software, to address them like in this manner. uh, his changes were very valid, and this is probably much of what he said was pretty much what we need. But we're waiting, and the patience, like patience at its limits. And it's been more than 10 years like this. 10 years we're just waiting desperately that somebody's gonna give us food, that FromSoftware is gonna fill our plate and fill our enjoyment, because the game cannot really sustain itself. After you've done the PvE, like a lot of players like move on, which is normal to any game. It's like, like I said, the era we're living in, like people are bouncing after one or two playthroughs. But for those who are willing to stay and to improve their improve their skills, or to improve as a player that enjoy the game a lot, like we need quicker updates, we need quicker adjustments. It's not 2009, it's not 2010 anymore. 2022, we need quick things. We need to work hand in hand with this, or at least not work hand in hand, but you know what I'm saying. Like, we need a link, a constant link that make our experience good, and keep on with with all fairness and all truth, keep on going with a mutual respect for the game, and in all truth, like, for the players. What I want to say about that is, like, in all truth, which is like for the people to enjoy the game and really enjoy it. So it's a pleasure for them to get on every day, get on with friends, and play the game as they love it. And in Dark Souls 3, I saw that, and it was the one of the best experience I had. The friends I met on the like throughout the years, and it was the best. But in this game, like, after 3 months, like, from software, I believe, is giving us all the reasons to move on. It's done, right? You do the PvE, good, okay. Oh, there's a DLC in 6 months, but in between, we're not gonna do pretty much nothing about it, and we are not keeping on the loop or giving you any informations. Okay, but is that the real relationship we want to have with, like, after all those years? Well, we know better, they know better. It's time to act up and actually maybe change a little bit of their politics regarding that. What do you think? I don't know. Like I said, they're not the same little studio as before. Expectations are high, and we don't want the game to be perfect. We want just the game to be more enjoyable. And a lot of content creators or players, just simple, like, they bouncing, or if they leaving, the complaints are constant. Where's the pleasure in that? We're still looking for pleasures, and we're trying to find ways to enjoy it ourselves, despite as well all the poor performances, like, especially on the PC side of Elden Ring. Like, the experience on PC is, like, horrendous. It's not acceptable. It's really not acceptable. On PlayStation, it's fine to play. There's not too much of those problems, but on PC, like, if I didn't have a PlayStation 5, I don't know, I would scream. I would scream my lungs out. Like, I would cry as well. Like, it's horrible. Horrible. And I do one weekly PC stream because I know a lot of PC players and viewers, like, supports me, and I want to give back. At least one day I would like to play more Elden Ring PC, but I can't. Like, it's really not that great. And for our invaders, homies, girls and boys, like, it's like the DC, like, the disconnections. You cannot find more people. Every fight, even though on Good Lad, seems laggy as hell. It's not acceptable. And we are not even talking about PvP changes like BHS, fingerprint, status effect, damage scaling, like those things needs to be addressed right now. Right now. And at least tune something, at least change something, do something, even though if it's still not great, at least it shows to your players that you're doing something, that you're caring about them, that you're caring about what they do, what they want to do with your game, to see how they love your game. And right now it's not mutual. It's not there. And it hurts a little bit to acknowledge that, like to see that happening in front of your eyes every day. Like, you want to enjoy something, that's there, the potential, and the other part, like the other party, is not responding, giving you the message in this hyper communication state that an era that they don't give a damn about you. And there's no also alternative, because From Software games have this tendency to to grasp you to the core of your soul, and it's hard after that to play other games because everything is so well done to the PvE side and to the fantasy side that it's hard to appreciate another game like that, because there's so many different ways you can play the game, so many different ways you can enjoy it. But for the online part, when you mix that up into the online part and you face somebody else, you play with somebody else, you wanna keep on going with that strong and potent feeling, and you cannot do it right now because there's no assistance, there's no response to on their side, and you're living with like one or two buddies. By the way, we cannot even do a proper fight club like we did in Dark Souls 3 with 6 players. Like, the experience has also died down from this. Like, we're wasting time on summoning people. There's like 2-3 people max in the world, and it has its problems, but it's fine. Like, problems means like there's something to improve. We always want to improve. There always way to improve ourselves and to reach something else. But here we are left out with problems that we're crying out that please, like it's destroying your game and destroying our enjoyment, and nothing is done. Nothing is done. Or maybe they're cooking something, but we need a presence. We need a voice that can reassure us, say that is okay. We are willing to hear your feedback and to improve your overall experience because we care about you. And the PvP side had always been, I think, lacking from that part, despite all the longevity of the PvPs, the oral, like, think about those guys. Like, I mean, I'm a newcomer, but those guys were like been playing those games for, and they accepting kind of the fate of the PvP. They try as well as us, like duelist or especially me, but to enjoy themselves and trying to make different builds, like not too many off meta builds or But I believe even for them, it's if you ask them, I believe I'm strongly confident. If I ask them like, do you enjoy the game? Like they want to enjoy it more. They would say probably yes, or a small yes, a shy yes, yeah. But they want to enjoy it more to the fullest. Because the passion, the love for those games can be infinite, and we want to grasp a little bit of that, a fragment of this. And right now it's not achievable because there's no responses on the other side. It's a call into the beyond, into the unknown, and it shouldn't be unknown. Like from stuff we know you guys, and you know us. Or maybe you don't know us, but try to learn about us more. Try to understand us better. Let's try to advance together in that sides of the game. Like the PvP community, like has wonderful people in it. Wonderful, like intentions. And so far, well, it's tough to appreciate the game. I'm trying to do it in my ways, you know, a little bit of irony, sarcasm, maybe, but also goodwill. I'm trying to enjoy it and with my community and the others. But you know, people are leaving, and it's not very too much our fault over here. I think it's probably from Software's fault, but we want to try to work in together. That's what I'm saying. And you know, those responsibilities, those high responsibilities, now that FromSoft has, well, maybe it's time to get on it and to act like a responsible studio, a more responsible studio, should I say? Keep their excellence, keep what they're doing, and to just be more responsive to their community and what they want. And because if you do that, way more beautiful things will happen, and the engagement, the commitment that the community already has can be even more exploited. Because if you give back to this very community, the PvP community, the online community of those games, like they're gonna give it back to 100. I'm sure of it. So you know. Well, after this, I think I've gathered all the thoughts that I wanted to say. It were thoughts that I was gathering from and saying, ranting, or you know, analysis from my previous streams. So I think I've said like pretty much all I wanted to say about that. Well, to conclude, like I said, well, the game is still enjoyable for me. I'm expecting more. I want to see more, at least communication. I want to see more presence from their side, and you know, signals, at least to receive more signals that we exist, and yeah, we exist, and we are part of the game, like long-term engagement or commitment. And for that we need a few tweaks, a few changes to make it even more appreciated. And we appreciate the game, I believe, deep down, even though more people now, I don't want to admit that, but I think deep down they love the game. They want it to be great, more than everything else, but they need a little bit of loving. They need a little bit to listen to them, and to see what really this game can be at its full potential. And we have yet to see it. Maybe it's too early, maybe on our part, you know, we're too impatient, but this is the era we're living, right? 2022, everything is like fading down very, very quickly. We need constantly new content, and you know, it's maybe on our, if there's a fault on our side, it will probably that, the impatience, asking too much. But I think the first step would be, now the ball is in the hands of From Software and Bandai to actually listen to things, and to actually start doing things, because they're the big boys now, or they're learning how to be big boys. It's not an easy task for them too. Like, the success can be, you know, fame and all that stuff can be pressuring, and there are a lot of pressure on their hands, but I believe there's things to be done, and beauty is on its way. So we have to be more patient on our side. On the other hand, right? I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna still be enjoying the game. Maybe not that the way or the sweatiness I want to, as for now, but maybe it's gonna come later. I'm gonna be patient for that. Well, alright, chat. Thanks for listening to me. If you made it to the end of this video, I'll thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Let me know. There's a lot of covers in this video, a lot of topics I covered, I believe, for the good or worse. But let me know what you think about your passion, the state of the game, the actions of From Software and Bandai in this. Any comments that you want to say, please do it. It's everything about Elden Ring right now, since the beginning. Let me know what are your thoughts, and we can discuss it in the comment section. Please share, if you want to share it to your friend, or also on different platforms. Let's have a discussion, a clear and constructive discussion about that. You know, it might sound like therapy for some people, but if you're willing to do that, thank you so much. Well, it's time for me to go. Keep enjoying, keep the patience up, no matter what. And I'll see you in the next one for more Elden Ring stuff. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.